something severely lacking in today's society in the 21st century. We're going to be really talking about why that is, looking at some of the behavioral aspects that are associated with facilitating a higher focus and a sense of concentration, as well as then leading to a higher, almost state of intellect as a knock-on effect, versus when one does not have focus and is unable to concentrate or maintain focus on something for a prolonged period of time. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, as you can see in the background here, we have the magic triangles or the pyramids, and essentially, how was it said in Latin? Atticus triangulum, which stands for ancient triangle, which is why so many ancient civilizations actually used to build pyramids, because they used to represent this concept of higher consciousness. That was the thing that they were alluding to or representing by building these structures, and they're really representative of focus, like third eye, stopped a lot in spirituality. The concept behind that is that it is maintaining a state of objective awareness and focus on something so you can be aware of things in the environment. So we'll go over to the little chart here. We'll just look at some of the things that are associated with each. So I don't know if you can see here, maybe I'll spin around. No, maybe the other way is better. So here we have our guy here, and he's looking at his cell phone, and it's like, cat just fell out of a window. So he's watching some stupid reel or meme on the internet, not I guess contributing to his life in a lot of ways. And we can associate this lack of concentration state or sleep state, this unenlightened state, with phone addiction or being on your phone all the time. Drugs is another thing that makes the energetic bodies and higher consciousness almost remain dormant or inaccessible sometimes, or at least makes the state of being aware and focused more challenging to maintain. And then we have meaningless forms of entertainment, such as looking at a meme on Instagram or scrolling on social media, and not productive social group. I think that one's pretty explanatory. We'll bust out our tappy marker here. But essentially you can see how this guy is kind of asleep here in his life, just laughing at random stuff that doesn't even matter or contribute to his development in any way. And it's not saying that you can't laugh at something or crack a joke or whatever in life. It's just saying that being involved or enveloped in that to the degree in which it takes your awareness off of your state of being, which you should be attempting to maintain or keep in a state of equilibrium to ensure that you're focused on whatever thing is in alignment with what you feel you should be doing. I should have put nature over here on this side too. Inside or in settings indoors should be over here also. So for the awake individual, this guy, he's like, when he experiences something, whatever that is, maybe somebody even cuts him off while he's driving, or maybe he is encountering something that is of some other nature. Say, for example, I don't know, maybe he He's thinking of something, and he hears a bird chirp, and he feels like the bird is telling him something when the bird chirps. And, instead of giving into that impulsive thought that first pops into his mind, whether that's like, I'm angry at this guy who just cut me off, or, oh yeah, maybe the bird was trying to tell me something, or whatever, instead of giving into that first thought that pops into his mind, he says to himself, I can use this energy for better things, meaning that this pure objective state of consciousness is the real version or the real state of himself that he wishes to be in, meaning he doesn't align with any thoughts or any states of fragmented consciousness. I should put here lack of thoughts and abundance of thoughts, because the less thoughts you have, the more you are in alignment with the present moment, the more you are in alignment with this higher state of consciousness, which is why awareness and mindfulness is number 1 on this list, or is the first on the list. Exercise, movement is another good thing, meaningful material. So putting stuff that is in alignment with your soul essence or connects with yourself at a deep level as an individual, or facilitates your growth internally at some level, meaning meaningful material. And that doesn't mean like over here you can't watch TV or something like that. It just means when you're watching TV as this guy, you're watching something which is in alignment with your development, such as guys who like, or even girls who like to watch anime, and they feel they receive some kind of life lesson or deep meaning behind what is being portrayed in film, right? So that is representational. Or listening to a motivational speech, or talk on personal development or success. Those are all meaningful forms of material. Or listening to an audiobook, right? Another form of meaningful material. Productive / developing individuals. So surrounding yourself by individuals who also want to develop themselves and are on that mission or journey to development or progression in some way. So on this side you have not productive social group. So those people who are just constantly gossiping or complaining about something, or are not contributing anything of actual value or meaningful development to an interaction. So this is like deep thinking, philosophy, ideas, entrepreneurial business concepts even, or coming up with interesting or creative projects. Over here is a lack of that, where you just have same people talking about the same stuff, gossiping, or complaining about the same stuff, being negative. This is being positive or being productive in some way. So pretty straightforward if we do look at it this way. Awake individual or enlightened individual is somebody who is awake and aware, and all you have to do that is just say to yourself at some level, I wish to facilitate my energy or my consciousness towards better uses of energy or better forms of interaction with the self or the environment, meaning you are remaining in a state where you can be objective to connect to meanings in the field which align with some deeper internal calling or a state of development inside yourself. Over here, it's just a state where you are going about whatever feels right at some impulsive level, doing the first random thing that pops into your mind, or following the first impulsive thought that pops into your mind, and not saying to yourself that you have to maintain any state of objectivity or consciousness or state in which you can really question or internally understand whether it's facilitating some kind of higher meaning or higher purpose, if you don't have that questioning about, am I using this energy for the highest purpose to the development of myself, then you are in this sleep state in which, instead of the pyramid being in its full glory, in which you have this pyramid in which your third eye is open, the light is coming out, and you have this yin-yang effect at the top of the pyramid in which the energy is properly flowing in balance and in harmony and in unity. Over here, you have a lack of that, in which the blocks are essentially falling down the pyramid, and the pyramid is breaking down, and the eye is closed, so you don't have that state of objectivity or connection to higher consciousness or divinity or guidance of, the angel or the higher realms or heaven or whatever you want to say, or divine connection. You don't have that. You don't have that state. You have just this state of operating from lower instinct, animal instinct and memory and habits, especially ones that have been given to you by other people that are not necessarily productive. On this side, you have us opportunity to operate from pure objectivity and pure awareness, in which you are in alignment with higher principles and values. And if you operate from habit, then you operate from either habits that you built on the grounds of personal development or developing yourself in some way, or productive things which are contributing to your life in some manner, which typically you had to create. They were not given to you by other people. So the habits over here hold you back, the habits over here progress you. And here you have this breakdown effect of the pyramid, in which the pyramid slowly breaks down over time. And we can see this even in the effect of people as they get older. As people get older, the aspects of their body break down because their soul is not in alignment. That's why people get old, because they stop exercising that piece of higher objectivity of their soul. So their soul does not regenerate anymore. It does not allow them to remain youthful. It breaks down and they get old and weak, because the soul, the principalities in their soul are not upheld. They're not upheld. And they don't support this regenerative effect that takes place when you are in alignment with your soul, and when you are doing things that develop yourself on an internal and external level. Your soul regenerates, and you are able to revitalize yourself and go through this cycle of rebirth. Here, it's almost this dying or withering effect. Here, it's almost this rejuvenation effect or rebirth effect. So, awake individual, asleep individual, focused individual, unfocused individual, aware individual, distracted individual. Individual utilizes energy for better things or better purposes. Individual who lets his energy be taken from him by external sources, such as looking at their phone and scrolling endlessly and mindlessly on social media. And it doesn't mean that every time you do that, you suddenly become this guy who doesn't understand that he's really asleep inside the matrix. It just means that you must regain your consciousness, regain your awareness, and readjust yourself back to being this person. We all have moments where we're distracted from what we should be doing or some higher purpose, but eventually come back to it. That's fine. You are still this guy. The problem is when you get sucked into making this guy a habit, and then that becomes the habit that is reproduced. And like religion or spirituality says about the angels or Lucifer or the adversary, he falls. He's the fallen. He's the first of the fallen. That's why the pyramid is breaking down. Over here, you have one who's in alignment with the divine. He is ascended. He's ascended master. He is anointed to some higher state of divinity or awareness or insight because he is in alignment with higher principalities. So I hope you have enjoyed this video discussing the concept of focus in today's society and how it relates to all these themes of development and higher awareness. So if you like seeing these videos, please comment. Tell me what you like in the comment section below. Let me know what you would like to see in the future. I love reading your guys' comments, and I love all the support I get from you guys. I love interacting with you guys. I'm very grateful for each and every one of you who subscribes to the channel and watches my videos. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys are supporting me and are along for the ride in this journey. So I'm very appreciative for every last one of you, and I hope to see you in the next video. And I would encourage you, if you do like this content, to like and subscribe to help support the channel so I can continue to give you guys or produce this content that you guys can engage with. And if you like longer format videos, I would recommend that you check out my podcast Moonstruck, which I'll link in the description below. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at top_sorcerer. And again, I encourage you to like and subscribe because it does help support the channel, help support me, and help support me in giving you guys more content. So yeah, hopefully I can get monetized for this at some point, because I do really feel that my calling is helping all of us continue on our journey and do that to our best efficiency. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys today on the Sword of Mercury. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Once again, this is the Prince of Mercury. And once again, like and subscribe. Please share this video with friends and family if you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys in the next video.